Hello everyone. When Tina reached out to me asking if I would be interested in making a monster for the gaming table she made together with Trent from Miscast, I did not have to think twice about it. And as a cherry on top, I was also invited to join a game on the board as well. Here are some pictures of the gaming board that Tina sent me. It is a village on an island with a big wizard tower that is toppled over and overgrown with mushrooms. Tina made an amazing video on this piece of terrain, so please check it out.
After you are done watching this video, obviously.
With the tower being overgrown with mushrooms, it made sense to make some kind of fungal monstrosity. Mushrooms are such an amazing inspiration. There are practically unlimited variations in shape and colors. I literally spent hours just looking at pictures and reading about what kind of different mushrooms there are, that to the point that I really didn't know what to use as a starting point for this monster. To help me choose, I even made a couple of quick plasticine sketches, but this was not helpful at all because I like them all equally. So I decided to make them all. The game was only 2 weeks away at that point, and I mean, that seemed like plenty of time to design 3 monsters, to sculpt them from scratch, to paint them. This is a great idea. Anyway, I normally spend a lot of time finding the right pose for my miniatures, but since I didn't have a lot of time, I came up with a way to sort of skip this step. I made quick armatures on a piece of wood and I covered them in epoxy clay. The clay I'm using here is called grey stuff, but I would suggest using green stuff for this. Both clays remain a little bit flexible after curing, so I could pose the miniatures afterwards. To give the legs some texture, I used a few homemade texture rollers. This made quick and easy work for the legs, so I could continue working on the bodies. For the bodies, I used Sculpting over a core of cured epoxy clay. Sculpting is a lot softer than epoxy clay, so I could sculpt the bodies really quick to the point that they were good enough. Then I could bake them and afterwards add a few more details with green stuff. The D&D game is tomorrow and I still haven't painted the sculpts yet. Yesterday evening I painted the sculpts white and I figured I could use oil washes to make them as bright and colorful as I can. Also, I made a 4th one because I needed some extra stress on this project. Alright, I love oil washes and what you can do with them, but it was a bad idea to use them the day before the game. I thought the solvents would dissolve very quickly, leaving me with a dry surface to add some details with acrylics. But the next morning the oil washes still weren't completely dry, but I varnished them anyway and added details afterwards. When I packed the models to leave for the game, they were still a bit sticky, but luckily they survived the trip. And then it was game time. Seeing the board in real life really made me realize how big it actually is. All the while I was thinking that my minis would be too big for it. The game itself was amazing. The story Tina created for us was very exciting, and playing on such a great gaming board really made it a wonderful experience. I'm actually a bit ashamed to admit that even though I make miniatures all the time, almost all of the games I play are online. However, playing with friends around a table, especially one as cool as this one, is truly priceless. And here are some shots to finish this video. I am so happy they turned out great, especially given the short amount of time I had to make them. And I have great news for you if you want to use these minis too. Tina digitally resculpted these monsters, and you can find them on her Ko-fi page. She offers them on a pay what you want basis, so everyone can enjoy them. Check them out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really had a blast making these monsters, even though I was stressing a lot at the end of it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please go check out Tina's video as well, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.